I felt she should have got more.
On what was supposed to be the first day of trial, 31-year-old Taylor Wardlaw changed her mind, and after being led into the courtroom in shackles, she pleaded guilty to killing her boyfriend, 26-year-old Terrell Sims.
I believe what made Taylor snap is when she realized she couldn't have no more control over him. She had nothing to keep him there. He started to work for himself. Before he wasn't. She knew that she no longer had control over him.
I feel like if a person don't want to be with you anymore, you don't take their life. You let them go. And I feel like if it was meant for y'all to be together, he'll come back.
From a local family mourning the loss of a brother. The family of Terrell Sims is speaking to News 19 today, sharing their thoughts about his death. This comes one day after his girlfriend, 29-year-old Taylor Wardlaw, was arrested and charged with murder.
Once again, I bet you're wondering how we got here. This video contains discussion of real-life domestic violence and murder, which some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video may include images, audio, or video clips used for educational and commentary purposes under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, fair use. A young father disappears just days before Christmas. His girlfriend begs the public for help, organizes searches, and claims she's desperate to find him. But investigators soon realize something chilling. The person asking for help may be the one responsible for his death. This is the true story of Terrell Sims and Taylor Wardlaw, a case that started as a missing person investigation and ended as a murder conviction. It's a story about a toxic relationship, conflicting narratives, and how lies eventually unraveled under the weight of evidence. Terrell Sims was 26 years old. Family members described him as a loving father, a son, a brother, someone who was actively trying to be present in his child's life. Like many people, Terrell's life wasn't perfect. He had legal issues in the past and a complicated relationship with Taylor Wardlaw, but his family says none of that defined who he truly was. What did define him was his love for his child, a child who would soon grow up without him. Terrell and Taylor shared a turbulent relationship marked by arguments, jealousy, and prior domestic incidents. At one point, police were called during an earlier dispute, and legal restrictions were put in place. Terrell even served jail time related to those incidents. Despite this, the two continued communicating, a decision that would later prove deadly. Friends and family would later say the relationship was volatile, emotionally charged, and filled with tension. On December 20th, 2021, Terrell Sims was last seen alive. Days passed, and then on December 22nd, Taylor Wardlaw contacted authorities to report Terrell missing. She told police she hadn't heard from him and was worried about his safety. But almost immediately, investigators noticed red flags. Wardlaw's story changed multiple times. Her timeline didn't match phone records. Her version of events conflicted with what witnesses were saying. Yet at the same time, she publicly presented herself as a concerned girlfriend, even organizing search efforts in the very area where Terrell's body would later be discovered. To Terrell's family, something felt deeply wrong.
I believe what made Taylor snap is when she realized she couldn't have no more control over him. She had nothing to keep him there. He started to work for himself. Before he wasn't. She knew that she no longer had control over him, and he didn't want to be there no more. You had nothing to keep him there. And I believe that's what made her snap, that she was about to lose him, and he wasn't going to be there no more. Terrell wasn't going to be there no more. Terrell was going to move on like he normally does.
I feel like if a person don't want to be with you anymore, you don't take their life. You let them go. And I feel like if it was meant for y'all to be together, he'll come back. But you don't get to be with somebody else yourself and then take his life.
Detectives began analyzing cell phone data, location pings, and witness statements. What they uncovered painted a far darker picture. Weeks after Terrell was reported missing, police found his body near a creek off Monticello Road in Columbia. He had been shot multiple times. Medical examiners determined he had been dead long before Taylor ever reported him missing.
A local family mourning the loss of a brother. The family of Terrell Sims is speaking to News 19 today, sharing their thoughts about his death. This comes one day after his girlfriend, 29-year-old Taylor Wardlaw, was arrested and charged with murder. News 19's Becky Buds is live outside of the Columbia Police Department, and she has more on this case. Good evening, Becky.
Darcy, it's something the Sims family never saw coming. Their brother's girlfriend being arrested for his death. But the Sims family tells me the arrest brings them closure.
I mean, I'm hurting, but anyway, I feel at peace.
Peace is all that Marcella Jones has left to hold on to after her twin brother, Terrell Sims, was found dead on Wednesday. On Thursday, Columbia Police Department arrested 29-year-old Taylor Wardlaw for the murder of Sims. Police say Sims was shot several times. Wardlaw, who was his girlfriend, reported Sims missing on December 22nd.
But it's just a hard thing. It's just hurtful the way things happen. It just hurts the way it happened. You know what I'm saying?
According to his sisters, the couple was together for several years and have a 1-year-old child. Sims leaves behind 3 other children as well. Instead of thinking about how he died, Sims' sisters say they're choosing to remember how he lived.
We have so many good memories. And I know my brother was a tough person. He wouldn't want us crying. He wouldn't want that.
If he was having a bad day or he was going through something, you know, he always try to put a smile on somebody else's face.
And they're grateful an arrest has been made.
You know, you sit there and think about how many cases people be going missing and they don't never get their case solved, you know? And the fact that they was able to find justice for him, it's a blessing.
According to investigators, Terrell was killed during an argument. Police believe Taylor Wardlaw shot him, and that another man, believed to be her new romantic interest, helped her afterward. Evidence showed Terrell's ankle monitor was removed. His belongings were pawned. Authorities say these actions weren't panic. They were attempts to cover up a murder.
Tonight, Columbia police arrested a second person in connection with the death of a man who hadn't been seen since the week of Christmas. Eddie Brown has been charged with accessory after the fact in connection with the murder of Terrell Sims. Police say that Sims's girlfriend, Taylor Wardlaw, shot and killed him. She reported Sims missing from a home on Irvin Street on December 22nd. Investigators found Sims's body near a creek off Monticello Road earlier this month. Wardlaw has been charged with murder and possession of a firearm during a violent crime.
A positive step forward in the path to healing for a Midlands family this week after a woman pleaded guilty to the 2021 killing of her boyfriend.
Columbia police say Taylor Wardlaw shot and killed 26-year-old Terrell Sims just days before Christmas and then reported him missing. The case was set to go to trial Monday, but Wardlaw entered a plea deal with prosecutors and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Nick Neville spoke with Sims' sister today and has more.
20 years ain't enough for me, but I guess that's a start.
A bittersweet week for the family of Terrell Sims, who saw his killer, Taylor Wardlaw, get 20 years in prison after waiting more than 2 years for justice. Wardlaw pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, voluntary manslaughter, and received less than the maximum 30-year sentence.
Hopefully, I'm praying when she get out, she'll apologize or say she was sorry or explain the actual reason why.
Police say Wardlaw shot Sims, her boyfriend, several times and then reported him missing on December 22, 2021. Days later, his body was found near a creek off Monticello Road. Rose Sims, Terrell's sister, says the family was suspicious about Wardlaw from the start.
She kept telling me to calm down, don't post nothing, don't say nothing, you talking too much. You gonna get me locked up, you gonna get me in trouble.
Wardlaw's stories kept shifting in the days after Terrell's disappearance, Rose says. Terrell's twin sister, Marcella, says Wardlaw would text her saying how much she missed him. And at one point, Rose says Wardlaw even organized a search party without the family's involvement.
She wasn't meeting me and my sister halfway. She didn't invite us over for Christmas. She didn't invite us over to her house. She didn't try to have a family meeting. It's like it was more like she was working against us than she was with us.
Terrell was generous, Rose says, and was a loving father to his 4 children.
He had plans to do for his kids. He was going to take the kids out Christmas shopping. He never got to.
Rose describing how difficult this has been, especially for his son Chauncey.
When Terrell first died, he held the picture every night close to him crying for his daddy.
Rose says her faith has helped her persevere and be strong for her family.
You got to forgive. No matter how bad it is, you have to, so you can have peace.
The Taylor Wardlaw and Terrell Sims case is a reminder of how quickly unresolved conflict can turn fatal. It shows how deception can delay justice, but rarely escapes it. And most of all, it reminds us that behind every true crime story is a real family living with permanent loss. If you or someone you know is trapped in a toxic or violent relationship, please seek help. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate respectful, in-depth true crime coverage like this video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts below.